Lee Green and the Garden of Eden, the real Adam and Eve story, as remembered by Leo the dog and written in the Sacred Scrolls of Vibes. Chapter 1. In the beginning there was Lee before the first humans, before sandals, and way before boring Sunday sermons. The universe created Lee Green, half man, half banter, full of mushrooms and cosmic cheek. God looked at the mess of the world, mostly lizards, wet moss and confused frogs, shrugged and said, "Let there be Lee." Then he immediately took a nap. 7 days? Nah, more like 2 hours and a snack. Lee appeared in the Garden of Eden, a tropical paradise with endless fruit trees, rivers of fizzy water, a pub made of clouds, and Leo the dog, already there and wearing sunglasses. Chapter 2. Enter Eve, exit sanity. God realized Lee might get lonely, even though Lee had already taught a squirrel how to play bongos, so he crafted a woman from Lee's rib. Or possibly from an old lasagna bone, it's unclear. Her name was Eve, and she was fierce, funny, dangerously good at hula hooping. Lee looked at her and said, "Welcome to the jungle, love. Wanna share a banana and contemplate the universe?" Eve replied, "Only if we do it in a treehouse." They were a perfect match. Chapter 3. The snake was a bit of a grass. Now in this garden lived a talking serpent named Kevin, who was basically an early version of a YouTube troll, always slithering around, whispering nonsense and being dramatic. One day, Kevin slithered up and said, "Psst, you know that tree of knowledge? God said don't eat from it." Lee raised an eyebrow. "Why? Does it taste like burnt toast and guilt?" Kevin hissed. "Nah, mate, it gives you consciousness." Lee blinked. "Bruv, I invented consciousness using mushrooms and an elk," Eve added. "We literally built a calendar out of owl hoots. We're good." Kevin, flustered and a bit weepy, tried to tempt them anyway. "You'll know stuff like taxes and shame and TikTok." Lee just picked the fruit, sniffed it, and handed it to Eve. "Tastes like pear if it had Wi-Fi." Chapter 4. Forbidden Fruit and Mushroom Truth. Turns out, the tree of knowledge didn't grow apples. That's a myth. It grew divine functions trademark. Rainbow-colored, mind-expanding, giggle-inducing cosmic fungi. Lee and Eve both took a bite. The sky wiggled. Time did the worm. Leo barked and started quoting Shakespeare for no reason. They saw everything. The stars dancing. The origin of language. The future of cheese. The truth that everyone is God in flip-flops, trying to remember their password. They sat under the tree and Lee whispered, "We're all just bits of the universe trying to have a laugh before we evaporate." Chapter 5. The bit with the fig leaves. God eventually woke up from his nap, looked down and went, "Oh, for me's sake, they ate the thing, didn't they?" He boomed across the skies. "Lee, Eve, are you nude and enlightened?" Lee shouted back. "A bit, but in a spiritual way." God, chuckling but pretending to be cross, gave them some fig leaves and said, "Off you pop, go make humanity." Eve packed a lunch. Lee brought the flute.